the start of this entry task so that we have a reference to come back to at the end of the period after we've experienced some of these understandings thus far. Okay, so real quick, group 1, raise your hands. That'd be Caitlin and Cade. Okay, group 2, raise your hands. That would be Sawyer, Zara, and Ria's in there too. Okay, group 3, raise your hands. That would be Kira's group. Kira, raise your hand first. Okay, so Taylor and Demetha, you guys are group 3. Group 4, raise your hands. That'd be Jill, Carly, B, Olivia, and such. Okay, group 5, raise your hands. It's the closest one. That's Will. We'll go Nick to Muhammad. Okay, and then group 6, raise your hands. It's Isha, Trey, Colby, and okay, everybody knows who they are. Let's get started. All right, so first things first, I want to know what you guys already know about investing. Group number 4, what do you guys already know about investing? And since they're sharing, and I'll be taking notes, you want to keep this quiet. All right, what do you guys already know about investing? We think about, thank you, welcome back. Think about what does that term mean? Where have you heard that term in context before? Doesn't have to be financial, but where have you heard the term investing? What about why do you think people invest? Can you guys answer me that? Okay. Good for income by increasing it. Okay, so it's a way to make money. Nice. What else did you guys discuss for this first question right here? You guys have any, do you know what risk reward is? Have you heard that term before? It's okay. We'll go over it later. All right, that's good. So yeah, we'll leave it at investing is good for income because it's a way to make money. That's perfect. All right, so group number 2. What did you guys discuss? What investing app services have you guys already heard of? Or do you want to revisit what do you already know about investing? Group 2 is y'all, so. Okay, what do you already know about investing? Correct. Okay. What else did you discuss? Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. All right, good talk. All right, so group 2, I already heard from you. Group 3, hi, welcome in. Group 3, what do you guys already know about investing? I'm gonna hear from every group, so thank you. You guys gotta have something. Group 3 is Namitha, Namitha to Taylor. Group 3, what do you guys already know about investing? Do you know how the success of an investment is measured? It's okay if not, I'm just curious. Okay.
And then if that thing grows, then you get like that percent.
Yeah. So that's your stake in the company, right? If you have 10% of $100, $10. If that $100 becomes 200, then you get an extra 10. Yeah, perfect, exactly. All right, 3 more of y'all. I want to hear what you know about stocks. Already heard from 2. Already heard from 3. Not heard from 5 yet. Group 5. What do you guys already know about investing? Already know about stocks? Already know about the stock market? What have you heard? Yes, Will.
It's like a way of making passive income.
Passive income is one that I hear a lot that you guys are interested in. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, passive income. Do you know what that means if we break it down? Yep. Money you do not have to, we're going to say earn, because it's not money you have to do a job for. It is just money that happens passively. Okay, good. All right, so I want to hear, I haven't heard from 6, nor have I heard from 1 yet. Did you guys share yet? I don't think you shared yet. That's okay. Do you have a question?
Oh, I think so.
Gotcha. About these questions? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, floor rolls don't count.
I was gonna say, there are like lots of ways that you can go about investing, like some people day trade or some people do things, invest in companies that are more like long term, you get your money back, like you're not gonna get that short term, return on investment as fast, but it's more of like substantial income to have later, like they put in more low risk stocks like FRp3 that they know are gonna throw even when the market's down. And that's what a lot of people use for like retirement funds or like college funds.
We got a lot to unpack there. Thank you. Affected by the market. We got to define different ways that we can go through stocks, which we will get into. Corporations versus trading, low versus high risk. It's perfect. Thank you. So group 1, we'll just assume that is your contribution. Did you guys have additional things you wanted to build on that, or do you want to call it there? Okay. Sweet. All right. So group 6, you guys are my final group. What do you guys already know about investing? Or what kind of investing apps have you heard of? What do you think those investing apps do? What are we feeling? What do you already know? Yeah, Andrew. Okay. I haven't heard those terms in a while. Thank you for reminding me. Bear and goat market. That's true. So we're going to define those. Huh? I think there's also lion. I don't know. It's definitely bull. There's a lot of animals in the stock market. Okay. Bull and bear markets are the 2 biggest ones that popped up on this Google of mine. So we're going to define, maybe it's not goat exactly, but there probably is some niche thing. We're going to figure out what a bear and bull market means, because that is an important thing to understand if you want to go into investing. Investing, some people do. Day trading is a hobby that can turn into a full-time source of income. I don't want to say career necessarily, but it can turn into a full-time source of income, because there are many aspects to consider. Especially there are many things to keep in mind. Kara, we're live. Put your phone away, please. Thank you. Many things to consider when it comes to investing. So first things first, let me pull up your that's graphic design. Where's your agenda? That's not it either. I know what I'm doing, I promise. God, let me just click through every possible option. All right, so what we're doing today, talking about investing. Same kind of situation as credit cards, where we're going to be doing a lot of defining, a lot of exploring the things that we are already aware of. I guess I didn't need my camera on for this. I was going to take notes, but I forgot. So I'm going to start with this video explaining what the stock market is. We'll discuss, share results, typical thing that we're doing on credit cards. So I'm going to turn this off. Okay. So you should be able to see my screen. The purpose of this video is to ask the question, how do companies use the market today? And I think this quote is an excellent start, because investing, the way it's marketed through the apps and through the accessibility levels of your guys' experience and of your guys' interests, it's very marketed as this exciting thing that shifts day to day, and it just like, it's always something interesting is happening. It's always got more good than bad. That's not the realistic truth that we're working with here. It's a great quote, because if you want excitement, take $800 and go to Vegas, because you're going to really see how that money changes. You're going to really see what happens and really gain some more experience with that $800. Investing is not a very, we'll call it firework type hobby. It's interesting because you can make a lot of money. It's interesting because if you have the advantage of predicting and numbers and stuff like that, that interests you. But ultimately, stocks are gambles. It's another way that you can gamble with your money. It could go great, it could go poorly. It's totally up to a lot of different factors. So what I want you guys to discuss for about 5 minutes is, from this video, let me open up yet another tab here. I want you to answer the question, how do companies use the market today? Discuss with your groups for about 5 minutes, and then we'll take some notes. Would any volunteers like to share what they talked about, how the companies use the market today? Or we did already hear from you, but if no one else volunteers, then. No, you're not cut off, just for now. Does anybody talk about how companies use the market today? What did you guys take away? From the video, we could also define something called an IPO. Do this real quick. I got a lot of stuff going. All right, sounds like there's no other volunteers. So Kara, would you like to share how companies use the market today? All right.
You're talking about how there can be a lot of influence in like a company goes public. And other people are kind of allowed to invest in it rather than just being privately funded. But then like if you have issues with like PR, there's certain kind of catastrophic thing that's happened that can really affect your stock. So there are like downsides and upsides to being a publicly traded.
PRs or catastrophes affect stocks in what way? Positively or negatively?
It can be positively or
Okay. Good to know.
also I feel like it puts you at a greater risk of bankruptcy if like people lose faith in your company.
Exactly right. So we've got influence from the public, which has two edges to that sword. It's more access to more money, more access to more knowledge, more access to more users. In a business sort of sense, that's great because that increases your income, increases your profitability. But by allowing the general populace to fund your to play a stake, that's why they use the term stake in stock companies a lot, you could be highly victimized, not only by a PR public relations crisis or a product-based catastrophe, because now the general population has an amount of say in your company. So if you own a company, you're a business owner, and you need some extra cash, you can put your stock on the public market, which allows the public to have a say. It's a very small say, but they do have some amount of say in how your business happens or whether or not it's profitable. So there's a couple other notes from the video that I want you guys to listen to real quick. You can advertise to investors. Stock owners become partial owners. Let's do this real quick. This sounds like not a stupid question because there's no such thing, but a simple question. How do you define supply? Anybody give me a definition for supply? This is more a business term than a stock marketing term. How do we define supply? Isha. Amount of a thing. Okay. Supply's twin sister, demand. How do we find demand in a business lens? Saw a hand over here, Sawyer. Exactly. Okay. These two things are, I don't know if I'm using the word tantamount correctly. Paramount's probably a better term. But these two things are the biggest influencers on a stock's success among a lot of the other general population things, like what they think of the company or what the company chooses to do with their money and with their energies. So high demand means high price. If you buy low, or a high supply with low demand, that's the best sort of scenario because nobody wants it and they got a bunch of it. So you get it for cheap. Suddenly they strike gold. Now the demand is really high and you have a high amount of that stock. You can sell it at a higher price because more people want it. Okay. This is econ. If you're already in econ, I'm sorry for explaining this once again, but supply and demand are two things that are going to be really, really important to understanding how stocks work and how you play a role in your own stock marketing. So I'm going to show you another video that I'm going to have you guys share some takeaways from. All right, let me pull it up real quick. This is how to start trading as a complete beginner. So before I play this, I want to be transparent. I am incredibly overwhelmed by the stock market as an adult. I have no idea how it works. right? There's so many terms that get thrown around. There's so much like, just from that one video alone, there are a lot of factors that can influence something. But there are resources available to allow stock trading and market participation to be a little bit more accessible, which we'll get into here in just a second. So this is for complete beginners. These are stocks that are recommended. If you don't want to go in depth into how the system works, there is accessibility for that. If a company can take your money, they're going to find a way to do it. All right. So anyways, we'll do this and then I'll do another, we'll do another sort of share thoughts. So pay attention to this, please.
It's so easy to get the money
This. Okay. I have to have us do some research. So in order for Investopedia to work and to get some exposure as to how the stock market happens, we got to gain some information. We got to do a little research, otherwise known as market research, perhaps. Before we start. Oh, you guys can't access this. Hold on. Just kidding. Let me attach it to the investing module here. You guys are getting a full behind the scenes view of this guy like this. All right, so we're going to refresh Canvas and then go to student view. If you go to modules, you can see there's a financials investing one after you refresh above credit cards. And there's a discussion board with the instructions right in the title because we're going fast. We're doing it live, right? So what I want you guys to do is list some of your favorite brands, their stock price, and how much you would buy in the discussion below. You do not need to include the screenshot that was just showing you what it could look like. So for example, I chose Converse, which is owned by Nike, $92.19 per share, and I would probably buy about 5 of those. So what I want you guys to do is give me 1 to 3, 3 to 5 brands, their stock price, and how many you would buy in the discussion board here. And with that information, I can show you how to start using Investopedia, and we can start seeing this grow, how this could grow or change over time without any actual risk of spending your money. And then you can make an informed decision if you want to invest in stocks at that point. So tell me some brands, put them in the discussion board, do it in about 10 minutes, and then I'll start getting set up with Investopedia, the next part of the sim that we can work with here. Okay, so what I'm going to have us do when you guys are back on Thursday, now that I have a little bit more information about your favorite brands and some of the stock prices that we can work with, we're going to look at this Investopedia simulator. So I'm going to log in because I already have an account, but you guys will be making an account. The Investopedia simulator is one that gives you a free 100K to start trading, but you don't start to see updates until actual time passes. So if we look around some of this dashboard a little bit, it's pretty overwhelming at the current rate. But you can see right here that the market is open. The stock market is only open at certain parts of the day. We have 2 hours of buying that we can still do. So I'm going to just pull right off the top of the discussion board. We got Apple and Urban Outfitters. So we're going to look at, in order to make a trade, how do you make a trade? There's a trade button down here at the bottom. I'm going to go to the trade. The market is open. So I'm going to look up. I'm just going to search for Apple. And it'll take me right there. That should be the stock icon for Apple. Yes, that looks good. Apple costs $192.44. 140. Oh, it's fluctuating. It's real time. So let's just say it costs $193 rounded up today, as of right now. It's going to be a chart of its price over the day. You can see how it fluctuates by $1 or $2 throughout the day. But if we look from the past month, you can tell when something new gets released from Apple because their stock jumps in price. They suddenly start making a lot more money. People want to get in whenever. So anyways, to buy this stock, what you do is scroll down a little bit. Remember, mine is on the smaller end. We're going to change the action to buy. Let's see, Rhea, you've become my example. I apologize. So 1 stock of Apple, we're going to put the quantity of 1. We're going to buy it at market. Oh, that's limit. We want it at market, and we just want it for today. So I'm going to click preview order. It's going to say it's going to cost me $192. I'm not earning any commission. I'm buying 1 stock. I'm going to submit my order. Okay, cool. I got a buy order for Apple received. If I go back to my portfolio, you can see that nothing's changed. My money has not, thank you. My money hasn't decreased. Who just left? Anyway, my money hasn't decreased, but it also hasn't increased. It's because the Investopedia sim needs some time to actually work, to actually trade as if we were trading in real life. So you can see when I was experimenting with NVIDIA and Microsoft, I'm gonna also do Urban Outfitters, 2 stocks. So we're gonna go to trade, gonna look for Urban Outfitters. Even if you don't know the symbol yet, you can Google the was it American Eagle Group that owns Urban Outfitters? Okay, cool. That should be about, oh, it's even cheaper than what that one said. Sweet. All right, so we'll just use American Eagle as the example here. Their stock has dropped recently. It's taken something must have changed. We're gonna buy 2 of those at market price, click preview order, and then click submit order. And we go back to our portfolio here. You can see we have all these buy orders waiting to happen. Oh, my NVIDIA order went through. Okay, I now own 5 stocks, 5 shares in NVIDIA. I spent 4.7K. And I have not gained nor lost any yet because I haven't sold, which we'll get into later on. I don't have any shorts. Cool. So this is what we're gonna look at on Thursday. This is why I had you look up your stock price now, because we're gonna put it into the sim and then we're gonna watch it grow for about a week and then do we have a month left? We don't. As long as we can, just so you guys can see how this could happen if you were really spending your roof. So anyways, thank you guys for listening. Bye.